Hello fellow seekers, welcome back to my channel. This is Amanda Artemis Forrester, rune reader, diviner, and polytheist mystic. The sun moves into Aries today, so it's the equinox. It's spring equinox. The light and the dark is at balance. And wow, a lot has happened in the world, hasn't it? I would like to be able to spend this video talking about my festival calendar and about certain rituals or about even astrology, but instead, thanks to what's going on, I'm actually going to be talking a little bit about something that I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to actually implore those of you who are magic workers or any kind of witch or polytheist, if you pray, to join me in what I'm going to be doing to try to stop the virus. Obviously, besides the common sense precautions, please do listen to the CDC, do practice social distancing, do limit going out, wash your hands, use hand sanitizer. Besides all that, do the actual science, because yes, science and religion are not enemies. Please do the scientific part. Listen to the CDC. But that doesn't mean that we can't try to help things along magically. The moon is actually waning right now, so this is the perfect time to do banishing work, which is what I'm going to be doing. So some witch friends of mine that I know online have decided to join me, and it's actually not going to be anything complicated. After thinking about it, I decided that repetition would be more powerful than like one gigantic ritual done once. So every single night, you see these chime candles, which are pretty cheap at your local metaphysical shop, and if you can't get them locally, I'm going to include a link below in the description to where you can get them from Amazon. Black is for banishing, and I'm sorry the light is kind of wonky. This is a new phone. Black is for banishing, green is for healing, and blue is for the throat chakra. I'm going to be using mostly black because we want to banish this virus and reduce it. But the throat chakra this is mostly a respiratory disease. It mostly affects the respiratory system. So any of these would be appropriate. And I'm going to be doing this every single night up until the new moon. Now on the new moon, I'm hoping to think of something more complicated, which I haven't actually gotten that far yet, I'm going to admit. Now today is the astrological new year, if you think of it that way. Because, as I said, the sun moves into Aries. Now, Aries is fire. Fire burns. Fire is cleansing. So I'm hoping that that's going to lend more power to this, that we can actually cleanse and burn away this disease that is affecting so many people right now. I'm looking at my notes, which I don't have as many notes as I usually prefer. And I'm sorry if I seem a little out of sorts. More than usual, because I am an empath and I work retail, and my hours have been cut because obviously even necessary retail stores that sell food and dry goods were closing earlier in order to try to fight the spread of the virus. But every time I go out into public, I can feel the anxiety of the collective. And so empaths, work on your shields right now. This is good practice to work on your shields. Spiritually, we do want to fight this virus, but we're being forced as a collective to go within and to maybe change the way our society works. We do drive too much. We are putting a lot of pollution into the earth. There's got to be a reason for this, but let's try to halt. Let's look for the reasons for why this is, but let's halt the suffering. If you want some prayers, I would suggest Weird Curiosities from, I I'm sorry I don't have all this prepared. As I said, I'm out of sorts. I'm not going to show you the prayers because they're only $4 online, and I did not write these, so these are not mine. I will try to find from my blog. I believe I have a chant to Apollo the Healer, and I believe that's published on my blog, so I'll find the link before I upload this. But if you want some prayers, this one's a really nice one, and I'll show you the prayer card, and I'll include the link to Weird Curiosities from Galina, Krasskova. This is Ear, the Norse goddess of healing. This is a really nice prayer, which I'm not going to read it to you because it's not mine, but they're only $4 on her Etsy. And I will include some links to some prayers that I do know of. Both hers that are free online on the blog, and I'll find mine. But every night, and up until the 24th, which is the new moon next week, I'm going to be lighting one of these candles, starting with the black ones. And I have more black. When I run out of black, I'm going to switch to the green for healing, and then I'm going to go to the blue for the throat chakra. And every night when I'm going to burn these, and I'm going to visualize the virus reducing. I'm going to visualize what they would be saying on the news. I'm going to visualize the newscaster saying the death toll is reduced, the virus is under control, stuff like that. I'm going to visualize people recovering, and people being released from the hospitals, life going back to, well, maybe not life going back to normal. We would like to learn from this so Mother Earth doesn't have to release another plague, right? But people recovering, life going back to close to normal, but us learning our lesson. Because I do believe things happen for a reason. The earth is suffering because there's too many of us. But let's stop the suffering. I implore every magic worker, every witch, every pagan, anyone who knows anything about this to join me. And if we can try to, the more power we can get behind this, hopefully we can get this going. The good news is pandemics spread in the winter, and the weather is warming up. So that also can throw its power behind us. This is the astrological new year, and fire cleanses. So let's cleanse this away. Let's visualize it. Let's visualize the virus burning away, and there being no more virus, no more coronavirus, no more new infections, no more new deaths. And we will get through this. We will get through this together, because that's what we do. That's what humans do. We overcome and we survive. How many near extinction events have we survived? Not that this is one of them, but I mean, that's what we do. We have been through so much as a species, and we just keep on trucking. So I have faith that we will get through this one. So I guess that's all I have to say. It's not a long video. It's not that great, and it's not even that big of a ritual. It's just something that I just thought of, that I was talking about in one of my groups, and I just think the more that we can do it, and I think repetition is the key as the moon is waning up until the Aries new moon. So join me if you want to. Like, share, subscribe. Please share it out. Skull. Stay safe, stay healthy. Burn a candle.